Pillow Cube, and much more.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming at this round 2.
Yeah. What have we learned from round 1?
We're going to start every segment the same, first segment out of the box. Different questions, though, this time. We learned a ton from you last time.
Okay.
We're going to learn even more.
Love it.
Because you've got a lot going on.
Let's do it.
Okay, take us back to the beginning. What inspired you to start the various business that obviously you started? So Creatably, Pillow Cube, Cold Case.
Yeah. I think probably a lot of it kind of started come to two things. I was involved in the Color Run, helped launch the Color Run.
Yep.
That definitely kind of influenced me getting into the video side of things. And I always loved kind of using video to market businesses. And then probably the other side was working at another agency and then also starting Creatably. I really fell in love with the idea of like working on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that fits my kind of ADHD personality and brain, is like I like jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing. And if I get bored, that's kind of like the worst thing for me. So I love like talking to people about their businesses. I think that's just kind of my natural personality. So I've had to like learn how to manage that and how do you structure that and how do you build businesses that way. But yeah, it's been a fun process.
Did you specialize in anything from the get-go? So were you like, hey, I was really good at marketing, so I decided to start Creatably. Like, was there, because I think a lot of people will probably look at you now and be like, oh, he's so good at several things. But was there anything that you like initially specialized in before you branched off into doing a lot of things well? Did you understand the question?
No, that's a great question. I would say, I don't know that I'm great at anything. I think I'm good at a couple of things. Like, I think, so early on was more product.
Cool.
That was kind of like my first job. In college, I was very interested in like kind of entrepreneurship. And then I was like kind of trying to choose between entrepreneurship, marketing, and strategy. And ended up choosing entrepreneurship, but took a lot of strategy classes. I actually didn't really take many marketing classes. That was kind of almost the thing. I was like, I'm never going to do that. And now I've done a lot of it. But I think that like, product is definitely the thing I also go back to. I love innovating, love coming up with new ideas. That's the thing that like gets me stoked. I definitely love kind of that early days of a business, like getting something going, coming up with a new idea, and then from there, I like finding
just tickles
people
your fancy, just coming up with a new idea.
Oh yeah,
launch a new product.
Yeah.
So Pillow Cube, where did that idea come from initially? And when were you like, hey, this is gonna be a game changer?
Yeah, I think it was like, so the idea came pretty young. Like I was like 10. 11, I had a friend who was Japanese, and his family or his mom slept on like a pillow box, and I don't even remember how I remember that, but it was kind of like she told me about growing up in Japan, and so like that kind of idea stuck with me, and then kind of had different experiences like in college. I remember the first time I like laid on an IKEA couch that kind of had like a flat armrest. I was like, oh, that's kind of what I want from a pillow. Just like I was always like doing this, I always like put my arm underneath my head. So we had some mattress companies that were pitching us back in like 2017, 2018, and they were just like all sending us foam samples, and we were talking to different groups, and I just eventually took these 2 pieces of foam that were 12 by 12 by 3, and I put 2 of them together, so it was like 12 by 12 by 6, and I laid down on my couch in my office, and I was like, that's really comfortable. And so I
just came from a couple mattress samples.
Yeah, that's just wild. Like some foam samples. Yeah. And so I spray glued the 2 pieces together, hired a seamstress to make a cover, and just kind of like started showing it to people. And I liked it because people were like, that's really weird and that's really dumb. But then once they tried it, they like loved it.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of at that point, I made like 20 more samples, gave them out to friends, and when like no one would give them back, like I was like, hey, can I have those back? People were like, no, I like can't sleep without it. I was like, okay, that's pretty great. And that's like one of the funnest things about Pillow Cube. I ran into a guy like 6 months ago probably, and he was like one of our first Kickstarter backers, like in 2018.
Oh wow.
Like still sleeps on it.
Yeah. Same one?
No, he like has bought like all
It's
new
the one that you glued together? You're like, hey, I'll ship this one to you.
Yeah, I'm like, you might want to get a new one. No, so, and he's like got new products. He's like expanded. He like takes it everywhere he goes with him, and got a travel one.
Yeah.
So I think that like is really fun to see. Like, okay, this is definitely something that like once people get it, kind of changes how they sleep. So, yeah.
So you gave me one when I came and visited your office probably like 3 or so years ago.
Yeah.
When is time to like retire?
Yeah.
Because I'm still using the same one.
Dude,
And it's great.
My wife's still sleeping on one of the earliest ones from like 2019.
Yeah.
And she like won't switch it.
Yeah.
She's like, I like this one. Like the last, usually you'll kind of start to notice like foam over time does start to like wear out.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually like 3-4 years.
Cool.
But if it's not,
So it's coming time.
yeah, if it's not getting like thinner,
Mm-hmm.
then it's probably fine.
Cool.
So yeah.
That's fantastic. If you could have an unlimited supply of anything, what would it be? And it can't be any of your products. It's got to be something else.
But it like needs to be
It
a
needs
product.
to be a product. Unlimited supply of a product.
That's a really good question. Trying to think of like what already. Man, that's tough.
It's a tough one.
I love Blackwing pencils. I don't know if you've ever heard of those.
What an odd thing to have unlimited supply of.
Yeah. But I love Blackwing pencils.
Are we talking mechanical?
No,
We're talking.
they're
You're
like,
just old-fashioned sharpening those
yeah.
pencils.
And I have like a sharpener, like a special sharpener that like sharpens it a certain way. Damien from Creatably got me on that trend. Probably like built. I love built clothes.
Yeah.
Those are really great.
This
is built.
This is built.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And they like wear out quick. That's the only downside.
They're not
Sorry,
like
built.
cubes. Nope.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I do love them.
Yeah.
So probably that. Trying to think
Is it
if
like
there's
the
any
cut?
other, like,
What do you like
cool-
about them?
Yeah, I like the cut, the feel. They kind of are like heavier. I like heavier t-shirts and shirts. Trying to think if there's any other great, like unlimited supply of pizza. I could eat pizza.
What kind?
Always like Neapolitan. Pretty.
Yeah,
I like Detroit and
Yeah.
other stuff, but I was gonna say Lucali pizza. I don't know if you've been there in
No.
New York, but oh my gosh.
Is it slamming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like almost cried when I ate it. Like it was so good.
gosh.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay, I
It's
got
like Jay-Z and Beyonce's favorite place.
Oh, is it
It's
really?
in Brooklyn.
Okay, yeah. And is there a bunch of pictures of famous people on the wall?
Yeah.
It's classic.
And
Oh,
it's
it is in
like-
Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's
That's
in
probably
Brooklyn.
why I haven't been.
And it's like the size of this stage.
Really?
It's so small. Like 20 people.
Is it out one of those like containers? Because you know, like there's those containers, and you like walk in, you're like, oh,
I've
this is
seen
just-
those. It's like a little old building that's probably from like the 1700s.
Wow.
And they like grow stuff in the backyard. It's like a house.
That's wild. Yeah.
But it's so good. Oh
Okay, what's your go-to spot here in Utah?
Pizzeria 712. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Down in Orem.
Yeah. They're doing one in Salt Lake.
Are they?
So yeah.
They're gonna be competing with Setabellos.
Yeah. I would say like Pizzeria 712 then Setabello.
Yeah.
So
I'd have to agree there.
yeah. I think Setabello is good, but there's a couple pizzas at Pizzeria 712 that are
Just so
Unreal.
good.
Yeah.
Hot honey.
hot honey,
Love that.
pepperoni,
Yeah.
hot pink. Have you heard the hot pink?
No, what's that?
Yeah. So it's like
We're
ricotta.
getting
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
We're
got to be the
getting-
fresh
yeah.
globs of ricotta on there.
Yeah. So it's the ricotta with the crushed red pepper and Parmesan.
It's
And then you add
fantastic.
pepperoni and hot honey, and it's
Let's go grab one after
okay.
this.
I'm in. Sounds great.
Okay, so I got to give a plug. There's a place. I was just in Rexburg over the weekend
Oh yeah,
because I went to school at BYU, Idaho.
yeah.
And there's a place called Righteous Slice.
I've heard of it.
Unreal.
Yeah, people say it's so good.
So I had a professor there. His name's Bill Crawford.
Okay.
So kind of an interesting guy. He was in the United States Air Force. He flew the B-12 bomber, which
Oh, yeah.
there's only like a handful of pilots that have flown that. And then I think it was after or before he went and got his MBA at Harvard. And then he randomly was working for like a big biotech company, decided he didn't want to do that anymore, and went to Rexburg, back to where I think his wife is from, and was teaching Clayton Christensen's like strategy class
Oh yeah.
at BYU, Idaho.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
took several classes from him, one of which was like launching new ventures.
Yeah.
And
And he's like,
and then
this
this MBA strategy class as well. But then he started this pizza joint, and he's
my
like
gosh.
obsessed with making pizza.
Dude, I gotta meet this guy.
He was just in Italy at a competition where he won first place.
No way.
Yeah. And so they have a bee sting pizza that I just got there. It's
Yeah.
what you're describing.
Yeah.
The hot honey, the pepperonis, the ricotta cheese. And then he's got a New Yorker version of
Yeah.
that, which is like super crispy undercarriage. I mean, good crunch. You know, the type of slice
Oh
you
my
can fold
gosh.
up. There's no
Yeah.
flop to it. Unreal.
Dude, I gotta
Well,
go to
yeah,
Rexburg.
let's take it. We'll venture up there.
I'm literally, so I will like go to New York for
Just
pizza.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
The pizza's great.
my wife gets mad because it's like, are you going for work? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, of course, babe.
But also pizza.
Yeah. But mainly pizza.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
fantastic.
we went with her one time and we probably stopped every 100 feet. We're like, okay, we got to try this slice.
Grab a slice.
We'll just split it up between the four.
Yeah.
So,
And you're walking, it's good.
yeah.
Just fueling.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah.
Okay. Got to go to, I seriously will drive up to Rexburg.
It is that good.
Dude, that's crazy. Okay.
Any mentors or people that have kind of shaped your career that had really positive influences early on, and then who are some of the mentors that you have now? Now that you're in a mentorship kind of role now. So there's a lot of people that I know that they look up to you and they're like, man, this guy's been super successful. He's done a lot of great things, great products. So what's kind of like the dichotomy between the two?
Yeah.
Being in that mentorship role now,
Yeah.
and then having someone that's kind of influenced to kind of get you to where you're at today.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've had a lot of great mentors. I think one of the things I see is like you always need mentors. Like even once you're to the point of being able to mentor others, you still need to have your own.
Still need to learn.
And there's always like levels. There's always like new things that you can do and achieve. And so early on, like my dad's definitely one of those people who's like helped me understand business. We talked a lot about business growing up, even at very young age. We're
like 10 years old?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So my dad's like a consultant for really big, Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies. And he would talk about business when I was like 7, but I think it was great because it like got me thinking about things, talked a lot about strategy. He's like a big Clay Christensen and Covey fan, worked for Covey for a while. So definitely him. I think one of the things I think I've seen is I think you can have mentors that are both good and bad. Some of the best things I've learned was from people who I worked for and was like, man, this person, I don't ever want to be like this. So I think there is, like, you're a mentor whether you're teaching through positive or negative. And there's the same thing for me. Like there's things that definitely with like employees and people I work with, I'm like, do not learn this from me. Like this is not a strength that I have. You shouldn't emulate this. So I think that's something that has definitely carried through. But like from the dichotomy, like I think it's something that I really love. I love trying to I try and go to BYU and UVU and help students to like be inspired to just start something and get going. And a lot of times I leave and I'm like, man, these kids are like so far ahead of where I was in college. Like they're like launching companies that are making money. I think that's been a like very positive shift is like just get something that makes money. So, but yeah, I think that always seek out mentors. I think that's like such a huge way to learn and improve. And I'm still doing that myself. Like I'm trying to be a good mentor and at the same time trying to find great mentors. And I have a bunch right now. Michael Silverstein is one of our investors, David Kornberg. They're just great to learn from. And, that's something that I don't think you should ever stop. So Michael, I also think people who are younger than you, like I don't think it's an age thing.
For sure.
There's a lot of people that I look up to here in Utah who are much younger. And I'm like, man, you're like so far ahead of where I am. So it's good.
That's cool. I love that. I love that answer. Michael Silverstein, not related to Shel Silverstein.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? Okay. What's your strongest unpopular opinion?
Oh man.
The hot one. It's getting spicy.
Yeah. Strongest unpopular opinion. That's a really good question. I'm like trying to think of all my unpopular opinions.
And then the next one's got to be your most favorite conspiracy theory.
Oh, okay. Great. I will do both.
Yes.
Probably the strongest, most unpopular opinion. Probably like in business right now, it's like the amount, and I've fallen into this, so it's not just me criticizing others, it's criticizing myself as well. But like, it's been interesting as you grow in business, you have more experience, you realize how much is done because of ego. Like how many times people hire a lot of people and build a big OpEx because they want to look cool.
Yeah.
And like that's I think people would be like, no, that's not true. And it's like, it's totally true.
Yeah.
Of like even really big companies that like you've heard of who are like the most well-known companies in Utah or in the country are like driven by, I want to be the biggest and the best and I don't care, you know. And I think that that's a good recognition. I don't know, that's probably becoming more popular this year with the focus on profitability, but like you just realize how much is done because of ego. Like how many people are hiring, the way they talk about their business, the products they sell. And so I think that that's a really good realization. So I don't know how unpopular that is, but
No, I like that.
yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, next
I think another one is that e-com is not the end all be all, and we're cutting out the middleman of retail.
I do like that. We were talking
Like,
about that before the episode started.
It's crazy how many people think that we're still think that D2C is like replacing retail, and it's not. It's so expensive. It's a really great way to get a business going, and then you got to pivot into other channels.
So how have you pivoted into other channels over the years?
Oh man, that's.
And then let me ask you this real quick, because Creatably is kind of like made more specifically for the D2C side of things. If I'm driving people to the website, is that a true statement, or is
no? It's definitely true. I think one of the things we're doing is expanding to like how do you drive,
how do you drive foot traffic into stores?
Yeah.
Like retail stores.
So I think my approach has been, if you build brand as you're doing performance, and that's really what we try and do with Creatably campaigns, is like build brand and performance at the same time, then what happens is you have enough brand awareness that as people are walking through a store, they're like, oh, I've seen that before. And that's, I think, one of the hardest things to do, is not, that's probably, if we really want to go into my unpopular opinion, don't listen to anything Facebook tells you. Like anything Facebook says, do the opposite, because they're always trying to pitch you what everyone is doing.
Yeah.
And so that's, I think, something that you have to be really careful of. When Facebook 4 or 5 years ago, when I was like full-time at Creatably, you know, they were constantly like, short videos, why are you guys doing long videos? And it's like, the fact that you guys all disagree with me means I'm doing something right. Like short video was what they were pushing super hard because it was the best ad unit for them. It was the most profitable for them, which means you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I think that's like one of the hardest things is for people to like, if you're doing what everyone else is doing, it's not going to work. Like that's always, you got to go against the grain.
Yeah.
I noticed that like really great marketers are more hesitant on how much they want to share of kind of their secret sauce. You know, they're kind of like, yeah, I'm doing this, and they're like more generic, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting that you're not wanting to just give the full playbook out to everybody. Yeah. Because you're trying to avoid, you know, and that happens all the time. Like I remember talking to people who are, you know, really early in getting back into TV, into magazines, like all these things. Like I think right now, out of office or out of home, like is doing well because we're swinging that pendulum back. Like everyone was so locked down during COVID, and now it's like, I just went to an event last week in Colorado, and it was like all about, you know, events, in-person experiences. Like how do we now go back to some of the things? And so I think that's a realization that most people have, is that like everything is just a remix. You know, there's that web series, and like we're just remixing. And you got to look back and say, okay, at one point, TV and magazines and billboards were killing it. We're probably going to go back there at some point. There'll be new technology that will make it easier. But it's really back to those core things. I mean, so I talked to a group the other day who's using like wild AI tech for billboards. Like we can tell you who drives by this billboard, what they do, you know, where they live. We can even track like what stores they go to, and then come back and say like, okay, this is kind of this demographic. Oh gosh. We never get rid of the old stuff. Yeah. And we're never as smart as we think we are currently. We always think people 1,000 years ago were super dumb. They were just as smart as us. So, anyways, I think your other one was conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm probably like I'm kind of in that like most things we've probably been told are a lie. Probably at that point.
Yeah.
Like, JFK
That's kind of where I'm at too.
JFK was killed by the
unfortunately.
CIA.
Yeah.
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 I think most Americans have also kind of had a wake up to that.
I think so too.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I think like the media is definitely controlled by the CIA. That's probably one of my favorite ones. But it's interesting. You go into it.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I think most conspiracy theories, it's funny because I think I fall in that same camp. I before was like more trusting.
Yeah.
And I was just like naturally like eager to trust.
Yeah.
And now it's actually quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Now I'm questioning everything.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's exhausting, but it's kind of a good spot to be in.
No, I think it is good, especially as an innovator or an entrepreneur or a marketer. You have to get kind of used to constantly going against popular beliefs. And so I think that like my wife balances me out really well because she's not that way at all. She's very like, I would say she's like, it's not that she just trusts everyone, but she's more like okay going with the flow a little bit more. And I'm like, let's do everything differently. And like neither one of those approaches 100% are great.
Yeah.
When you mix them, I think they're good.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
But I think as an innovator, you kind of have to like constantly be looking at like how can I leverage or go against, or I mean that's even my whole point with Facebook is like when we were doing viral videos back in like 2011, 12, it was like this is how Facebook works. Now here's how we're gonna use that against them to not pay them to get marketing.
Yeah.
And then they get smart to what you're doing, and then you're like, okay, now we're doing it different again, and that's like the whole game of innovating.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Love that. Well, that concludes segment number 1. We're going to move on to segment number 2.
Great.
Those were great answers.
Good. I hope so.
Okay. Wow. Fact or cap Olympics edition because they're coming up this month.
Oh, man.
Love this. Okay. Fact or cap. True or false?
Okay.
For those in the audience that don't know what cap means. Okay. In 393 AD, the Olympic Games were canceled and didn't start up again for over 1,500 years.
I would say cap.
That's oddly specific. I'm gonna say fact.
Oh
Fact.
man. See, I thought they started before 1890, so that's
Wild. Do you want to read that out for us?
yeah. So Emperor Theodosius I, a Roman ruler, banned the Greek Olympics due to the religious element of the celebration. He considered the Olympics to be a pagan festival which had no place in his Christian country.
Wow.
That was the end of the Olympics until 1896.
1896.
Crazy.
That's wild.
I thought like 1850s they were doing them, but apparently
That's crazy. Okay. The first Summer Olympic Games in modern history had just 5 participating countries. I'm going to say cap.
Yeah, I'd probably say cap.
Cap. They were actually 14. Okay, sweet.
That's
Good to
crazy.
know. Tug of war used to be an Olympic sport in the modern day Olympics. That sounds pretty sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fact.
I'm gonna say fact. Fact. Took place at 5 Olympic Games. Let's bring it back.
That'd be a great one.
Wasn't there what show was it? What was the Squid Games? Wasn't there like a tug of war and then they like pulled people off like the edge of something and it was kind of brutal?
Yeah.
Maybe not that. Maybe not that extreme. Maybe.
Maybe. Sharks in a pool and just go for it.
Cool. Next one. In the early 1900s, artists participated in the Olympics too. Oof. Bob Ross was out there?
Yeah. Happy trees. I'm going to say cap.
I'm going to say cap as well. Fact.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
From 1921 to 1948, painters, sculptors, architects, writers, and musicians all took part competing for medals by creating works of art that often celebrated the sporting successes going on at the time.
Have you heard about some of the, you've heard all the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef that's been going on between them?
Yeah.
Let's get them in the Olympics.
A rap battle?
That'd be pretty sick.
Rap battles would actually be
That'd be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You get Eminem out there, 8 Mile.
Yeah, and then just have everyone vote on who won.
That'd be kind of cool.
Pretty amazing.
Okay, next one. The only official language of the games is English, in addition to the hosting country's language. I think
that's fact.
I'm gonna say fact. Cap.
English.
We
and,
want it to be.
Yeah. English and French.
And French, complemented by the official language of the host country.
That's interesting.
Well, it is in France this year, so.
But that's every single year.
That's every single year.
Every single time.
English
in
and
the laws that it's English and French.
and French. Why is that?
They were like the host countries originally.
Yeah.
UK
Britain
and France.
France.
After World War II, we should have stopped that. Oh, World War I.
Yeah.
That was where France really messed things up.
That's right. 1998 was the first Olympics in which all participating countries sent female athletes.
I hope that's a cap. That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy. That wasn't that long ago. I was born in 94.
I guess some of them just could have not had enough females to send,
Yeah.
but I'm going to say fact.
I'm going to say fact as well. Cap.
2012? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
I guess if you have like Iraq or Iran, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah. The 6 colors, blue, yellow, black, green, red, and the white background, were chosen because they each symbolize a different continent. I think that's
But there's 7
cap.
continents. I'm going to say cap as well. Yeah, the 6 colors, blue, yellow, black, green, red, and white background were chosen because every nation's flag contains at least one of them. Oh,
That makes sense.
that's cool. Okay. The Olympic Games, Paris 2024, is the first time the Olympics has been in the city of Paris.
I think that's cap. Wasn't it in the early 1900s? I think it was in France.
You know better than I do, Jay. I'm going to say fact. Cap. Nice.
1924.
Wow.
100 years later. That's pretty amazing.
That's pretty cool.
It's tied.
Is it? Is it tied? 3-3? Okay. The 2024 games will also take place in the French territory of Tahiti.
That is fact.
I'm going to say fact then too.
Yeah.
Whoa,
they're doing
the surfing competition.
Surfing is there.
Yeah, you did some research.
I did
You're a
some
big
research.
Olympics
I
games
went-
guy.
Well, I went to Tahiti in February, so
Oh,
they
nice.
talked about it.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
They were
Boots on the
excited.
ground over here.
Yeah,
You were there.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
you
I
got
had
the
to go
inside
do
scoop before anyone
I had to
else.
do some research.
How was it? Tahiti.
Dude, amazing.
Wild.
Super great. It's way different than I expected.
Really? What were
Yeah.
you expecting?
I expected like very Hawaii-esque.
Yeah.
It's not that it's like way different, but it's kind of like French, more rural than I was expecting.
Mhm.
Like Hawaii's very developed.
Yeah.
Um,
USA, baby.
yeah. Another interesting thing is they don't really have beaches.
Sorry?
Like they don't have sand beaches.
Just rocks.
It's like just rocks.
That's
So
too
that's
bad.
why they have the bungalows, because you don't really
need to
wanna
get out
be-
there a little
yeah,
bit.
You
Yeah.
don't really want it, but like on Moorea, which is one of the islands, we went like 300 yards out, and it's still like 5 feet deep.
That's
Because
pretty
they
wild.
have those atolls, which
Uh-huh.
are like those rock walls
Yeah.
from the volcanoes, and so yeah, you can like swim
That's so
out
cool.
to the atolls.
Are you worried about any like
Animals.
creatures?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's sharks. Like we swam with sharks a couple times.
what kind?
Stingrays. I think they were like white fin.
See, I won't. I'm
They weren't
not going to
like
swim
crazy.
with a stingray after what they did to Steve Irwin.
Yeah. No, those were
Yes.
definitely, I would say, scarier than the sharks, because the sharks were like this long and they're
Yeah.
like super skittish. Like if
Yeah.
you like move,
Yeah.
they like dart away.
Yeah. One of those
The
ain't. That's not going to
stingrays-
take you down.
They like getting close up on you.
Yeah,
and
I don't like that. I don't like
rubbing-
that at all.
all the native guys would like get out and they'd have the food with them, and the stingrays would like climb up on them and like they'd be
No.
kissing the stingrays. Yeah. They're like,
I wish that weren't true. I wish
Yeah.
that was cap.
no, it's fact.
Weird place, Tahiti. All right, next one. That concludes segment 2, fact or cap.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? Oh, no, we got one more.
Oh.
The Olympics used to take place over 6 months. Oh, this is the tiebreaker. True. That's
I'll
fact.
do cap.
Fact. Winner, winner,
win.
chicken dinner. Okay. Third segment. What am I?
What am I? Oh, is this the
A game of
box?
riddles. Is it?
Oh,
No
a game
box.
of riddles.
Game of riddles.
Change it from last
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So there's going to be 7 riddles on the screen, shown one at a time. The first person to guess the correct answer wins the point.
Okay.
Okay, let's roll. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah. I am not alive, but I grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. I don't have a mouth, but water kills me. What am I?
Oh, wow.
I am so bad at riddles, if I'm being honest. What does water kill?
Yeah, I don't have a mouth, but I need air. It's gotta be like it can't be a plant. Cactus?
It's like,
What does water kill? Just think of that.
what does water kill?
Heat. It's a fire.
Yeah.
Gross. Needs air.
Yeah, it needs air. Fire. There we go. 1 point for
I was going to
Tan.
say, it's something more meta than what I'm thinking.
I can be cracked. I can be made. I can be told. I can be played. What am I?
Be cracked. Dude, I'm seriously going to lose this. Like, I have no idea. I can be cracked. I can be made.
I can be told. I can be played. This sounds like lyrics to a song.
Yeah.
But like Cardi B.
That's
what it is.
Yeah.
I can be.
I have no idea.
Who sings that song? I can be there. I can be. Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me?
Walk out the door.
Yeah. It's a great song. I can be.
Oh, it's Grace Kelly by Mika.
Grace Kelly. Yeah. Great song.
Yep. Great song. We should just get the
Grace Kelly.
A joke.
Yeah,
dang
that's
it.
tough. I was never going to get that.
Yeah.
All right. I am the beginning of the end and the end of time and space. I am essential to creation, and I surround every place. What am I?
Sounds really hard.
I'm the beginning of the end and the end of time and space.
Matter.
Matter? Dark matter?
Atoms.
What's like the...
I'm getting too literal.
The law of thermodynamics.
Can I phone a friend, Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Dude, I don't even know. Destruction?
I'm going to give you a hint.
Yeah.
Whoever gets it first wins.
Okay.
Okay.
It is a single letter.
E. Oh, wow. The letter E.
Yeah, there's no way without that clue. There's absolutely no way. Wow, it's tough. Okay, read this one.
You use a knife to slice my head and weep beside me when I am dead. What am I?
Onions.
Dang it.
I have 1,000 needles, but I do not sew. What am I?
1,000 needles.
Porcupine.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, it can't be a porcupine. It's too obvious. Dang it. No matter how little or how much you use me, you change me every month. What am I? Calendar?
Yeah.
Ooh, Jay.
Oh.
I am strong enough to smash ships, but I fear the sun. What am I?
Water?
You're so close now.
Water. Waves? Ocean? Water.
I'm strong enough to smash
But I
ships,
fear the sun.
but I fear the sun.
Waves?
No, you're so close.
Dang it. I don't know.
Should I just tell you?
Tell him.
You have a point.
Ice. Oh.
So close.
Yeah, that was
You give him half a point.
dumb on my part.
You read
Forward, I am heavy, but backward, I am not. What am I? Dude, that's a really hard one.
That's really
This
tough.
one.
Oh
Forward
boy.
I am heavy, but backward I am not. Guilt?
Oh, I like that.
I feel like I'll give you a half point for that. It's not that one though.
Regret?
Give it to him. Let's see.
The word ton.
That word I am not.
Oh, dang it.
Half a point. Now you're tied.
I was,
Half a point.
I was
Okay.
more
That was it. Tied.
tied. What's the
Okay.
tiebreaker?
Tiebreaker? We arm wrestle.
Oh, man. I will lose.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
We'll play that knife game.
Yeah.
First
No,
one to
thanks.
draw blood
Yeah.
loses.
Okay. I'm gonna say it out loud, but you have to say it because.
Yeah, say it out loud.
Okay.
Okay. Oh wait, actually, I'll do it for an easier one. Okay. I'm so fast you can't see me,
I'm so fast you can't see me,
though everyone else can see straight through me.
though everyone else can see straight through me.
I won't stop until the day you die.
I won't stop until the day you die. It's weird that I was saying that. I was just peering into your eyes.
Come
I
Like-
won't stop.
Are you Joe Black?
I'll say it again.
Um,
I'm so fast you can't see me.
I'm so fast you can't see me.
Everyone else can see straight through me.
Everyone else can see straight through me.
I won't stop until the day you die.
I won't stop until the day you die.
I'll be so impressed whoever gets this or gets close to it.
So fast.
You can't see me. Everyone else can see straight through you.
Time?
I was going to say time.
Not time.
A nimbus cloud.
No.
So fast.
I don't know.
So fast.
What's
What's so fast? But you can see
Light?
straight through.
Getting closer.
Speed of light.
Oxygen?
Oh. Air.
Won't stop. Heart?
You won't stop until you die. Nope. I'm so fast you can't see me.
Thoughts.
Is it meta or not meta?
Someone.
Someone's gonna get this.
What is
What?
the first letter of the word?
Well, it's a phrase. It's like a phrase. It's not
Okay.
just a single thing.
Mm.
I mean, it is a thing, but it's not one word.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Uh,
So fast you can't see me.
It won't stop until the day you die. So fast you can't see it.
the passage of time?
No.
Mm.
I have no idea.
No.
Okay, I mean,
We'll just be tied. It's
Yeah.
fine.
it's the blinking of an eye.
The
Blink
blink
of
of
an
an
eye.
eye.
Can't see that. Can't see it.
No. I don't like that one at all. Yeah, I don't like that.
That's rough. That
Jay,
is rough.
thanks for coming on again,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Round 2.
Love it.
Hopefully it went better. Hopefully we get some good cuts from this. So you got some exciting news. Do you want to share with the world what some of the exciting news is?
Oh yeah. I was like, what specifically?
And we'll end on the
news?
exciting news, yeah. Typically I say, hey, you got 3 cameras on you. What's something you want to share? I feel like that might be it, but there
Yeah.
could be other things.
Yeah. Cold Case is launching in DoorDash, which is really exciting.
Unreal. Very exciting.
And our kids' pillow is launching at Walmart. So
Big time.
yeah.
We high-fived
Excited
earlier.
for-
Let's high-five again
Dude,
on camera.
I'm in.
That was a good
I'm
one.
in.
That was better than
that was a good
the earlier one. Yeah.
snap. Yeah. So
Picked it up.
it
We
got,
got
it.
it.
We're good on
The high five
on the
heard around
sound.
the world. Yeah. That's right. Well,
Awesome.
Jay, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate
cool.
it.
All right. That's a wrap.